before I introduce my next guest, I want to say we know each other. So if we sound familiar, it's because we know each other. Dom, how are you?
I am so well, and thank you so much for having me. It's
My
so good to see you.
It's very nice to see you. The last time we saw each other, we were shooting for Afropolitan. We were shooting Maps Maponyana.
Yes, and that was quite a nice shoot. I
Wasn't
must say.
it?
That was really exciting. It was quite nice dressing him. Must be honest.
I know.
Quite nice him undressing in front of me.
And the girls were kind of like, whoa.
No, it was
and he
great.
also doesn't mind undressing in front
he
of
has
people.
absolutely no issue at all.
Okay. So you are a personal shopper, a personal stylist. And so I know you from our background in magazines. But how did you, I don't want to say stumble into this business. How did you actually start helping people? Because here's the thing that I want to drive down for people to understand. The reason why I wanted you to come on is because I know how clothes can make a person feel better.
Yeah.
So instead of people just thinking, oh, we're just talking about clothes and Jay, it's about actually what happens to you
And
when
your
you wear
self-confidence
something, your
and
self-confidence. So I'm sure that is in line also with your reason for getting into personal shopping. But I thought, let's just start there.
So that's really exactly what I do. I worked in the magazine industry for 10 years, which was a great platform for fashion and style, and for seeing how things worked and for seeing how photo shoots worked. I did a lot of photo shoots as an advertorial and promotions person in the magazine industry.
Yeah.
And then I stumbled into the restaurant industry for 5 years, which I absolutely hated.
I can
and during
imagine.
that time, magazines took quite a big nosedive, and I realized I couldn't really go back to that. I didn't want to go back to corporate because I have 2 children. And so I thought, best start something on my own.
Yeah.
And the business actually started as organizing people's wardrobes, which is bizarre. I kind of started doing it myself, and I thought, there must be a market for this. People hate doing it themselves. I love clothes. It was going to be a helping people clear out their wardrobes. It's going to be a bit of a charity thing. And it quickly developed into a personal shopping and personal styling job.
Yeah.
Because I realized that people have so much that they don't use, that they don't know what to do with.
Yeah.
And instead of making people go and spend a whole lot of money on new things, I was showing them how to work with what they have, how to work with their bodies, which is a really, really big thing, and how to feel good in what they wear.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a really real thing that some people really just do not know how to put it together.
Yeah.
You, on the other hand, put it together magnificently every single day.
But wait, can I tell you, Dom, I also had no idea how to put things together. In fact, when I started in magazines, we started around about the same time. I had no idea. Somebody said recently, oh, we know her when she couldn't dress. And I didn't hide it. But like you, I know it's very rude, right? But like you, I then got to hang out. Obviously, you hang out with makeup artists and fashion directors. And you then, you read magazines. And then you start thinking, oh, okay, so this is how. So it's the business that has helped me.
Yeah, and I never wanted to be a fashionista. I never wanted to be those crazy ladies who run around all the fashion shows and you know what I mean? I never wanted to be that person. My job and what I love most and what is the most rewarding for me is to go out and help people feel amazing what they wear.
Yeah.
It can be a simple thing like teaching people what trouser shapes to wear, to suit their bodies. What good looks good and what doesn't. And it's the difference between a bootleg trouser and a tapered leg.
Yeah.
It really is that simple sometimes, but some people don't know it. It's not in their realm of possibility to think of it on a daily basis.
Yeah.
And I help people organize their wardrobe so that it's easy to dress every day, so that they know what to wear every day, they know what everything they put on looks good.
So the style coach, which is the official name for your business,
yes.
You don't chuck out people's because people, when they hear that you're going to help them revamp their wardrobe, they imagine that you're going to tell them to get rid of everything and start from scratch. That's not what you do.
No, that's some of what I do.
Yeah.
You know what? It is, as I said, it's about using what you've got that's good.
Yeah.
Good quality stuff. They're things that people say to me, oh, I don't know how to wear this, or this is not great. And I go, well, why don't you try it with this?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, that piece is brought to life again. But there are things that I'm very ruthless about, and I'm very like, what is this? That's got to go,
Yeah.
And I do that. But those things are things that I know people will never think about again.
Right.
Because they just sit in the cupboard and take up space.
So what do you do? So if I were to call you and say, okay, Dominique, this is Dominique Wolf, by the way. If you're listening and you're tuning in for the first time, where have you been?
Where have you been?
Where have you been? You are late. I am sitting here with the style coach SA herself, Dominique Wolf, who helps people with their wardrobes, helps you with your style. So how does then the business begin to take shape? Like, who's your first client? Is it a celebrity? Is it a friend? How do you then?
No, you know what? I think from organizing wardrobes, the word spreads very quickly. It's a very much a word of mouth type of business.
Yeah.
I have been lucky to have men and women who've used my services, and it has been people. It's been people between the ages of 25 and 65. You know, there's not a specific demographic, but and I have styled celebrities for specific shoots, but the wardrobe stuff is normal people. It's people that work, that don't have time to shop. It's youngsters who are changing their jobs, you know, just people who want to, like students going into normal jobs. I do corporate talks as well, which is I give workshops and seminars on how to dress in the workplace. And it's not that simple thing of power dressing for women. It's not that crap anymore. It's about individual dressing. It's about dressing to bring out your own style, personality, but doing it in an appropriate way for the workplace, which is quite a fun thing to do, because people think that they have to change who they are when they start working, which is complete nonsense.
Yeah, you can say bullshit.
Bullshit.
So then, can you explain to me? So I was going to ask you. So if I call you and I say, please, would you help me, Dom? So what do we do? Where do we start? I mean, do you start by like looking at me and saying, ugh, or like how does
Let me tell you, I have seen absolutely everything. There is nothing that can surprise me in a wardrobe. And almost every one of my clients says to me, oh, I'm so embarrassed. And I promise you, I have seen it all. I have seen the S&M kits stashed at the top of the wardrobes. It has all been there. It's all done. Yeah, no. So,
wow.
So how it starts is I come to your house, and we go straight into your wardrobe. It's the best and easiest way for me to get to know a person. It's an intimate space. I don't take for granted that I've been invited into that space, so I treat it lightly first, and then the gloves come off, and then I start being ruthless. And but people enjoy that because it's an honest thing. They want my advice, I give it to them.
Yeah, exactly.
So it'll be a consultation at your home. I don't have to go through your wardrobe if you don't want me to.
Yeah.
You know, you would invite me to do that, but it's the best thing for us to do, because when you start purging and clearing out, it's quite therapeutic. And you know what's left in your wardrobe is what you can wear, and then we make lists of what you need, and I kind of explain why you would need something and how to change a look or how to rework that, or why you need to have something altered to fit you. You know, if there's good quality stuff you've had for ages that you don't want to get rid of, we can work with that stuff. You know? So I do all of that stuff for you as well, and then we make a list, and either I go shopping for you or you come shopping with me, which is the best thing to do, because then you get to try on lots and lots of different things. You don't have to buy it all, but you get a whole new fresh eye approach on your style.
Yeah, exactly.
And I will pick up things, and people will say, oh, I would never even looked at that, and they put it on and they're like, wow,
I look so good, right? Yeah.
So it really is teaching. So shopping with somebody is the best way to do it.
Do you actually enjoy shopping? I know not that it's a job. Do you actually enjoy it?
I can honestly tell you that this is the best job I could ever imagine doing in my life. I am in my element. I love it.
Yeah.
It's such a rewarding thing to do. It really is.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
So, both of us being magazine girls, right? We do the stories about the 5 wardrobe must-haves, which always include an LBD. What I found for myself is that, not because I'm wearing a white shirt today,
and me neither,
is that the white shirt is one of the most important things you can have in your wardrobe, whether you're a man or a woman, because it's the type of thing that you can go to drinks on a Friday night with, but also go to work.
It's so versatile.
Yeah. So what are some of your staples where you tell your clients you must have this as a base, so that, at least when they want to call you, they're starting from somewhere?
Yeah. So I call it, putting together a capsule wardrobe, and we've all heard that before, but it's definitely a good, well-fitted blazer.
Yeah.
I mean, a blazer, you can take a casual outfit and make it smart just by putting it on. You can put it over a little floral dress. You can wear it with jeans. You have to have a great pair of heels or pointy pumps. If you hate heels, for God's sake, wear a point. Don't wear a round-toed pump. That's just not going to work.
What's your feeling on kitten heels?
Yeah, you know what? Kitten heels are amazing if they're good. They're good quality. I hate plastic shoes.
Yeah.
And kitten heels in plastic are... There's so many of those around. It's so bad.
I've seen them.
You know what? I like heels, so...
Yeah, so
I just don't like girls who walk around heels that they can't walk in. That's got to be the worst look ever.
Yeah, exactly. So you were saying a blazer.
A pair of amazingly tailored pants.
Okay.
Again, you can dress... The things that you need to have are things that you can dress up or down. Those are your real basics. A white shirt, absolutely. You know, a white shirt can be, you can change it up by wearing it down and closed up like you've got around your neck, or rolled up, and it takes that one item into two different things.
Exactly. And I think that's what people want to know. People want to know, what should I go out there and buy, so that when somebody like you comes in, there's a base from which they start. And so in terms of social media, can people get in touch with you on social media? Do you give tips on social media?
Yeah, so I do what the style coach is wearing every single day on my Instagram.
Okay.
So I take pictures of myself to show what I'm wearing. And people like that, because they like to know where to get stuff. And they often ask me, you know, like, where did you get that? That's a great piece. And it's just, for me, it's like I get a lot of inspiration from Pinterest.
Yeah.
So it's my way of like showing people what Pinterest does, I guess, in an easy way.
Yeah.
And I blog a little bit, and I do style articles for other people as well.
So it is the Style Coach SA, right?
It is the Style Coach, but my Instagram is the Style Coach SA. Yeah.
So
and obviously I've got my Facebook page, and my email address is dom@thestylecoach.co.za.
Okay, can you give this to us again?
dom@thestylecoach.co.za.
Because people can obviously call you direct, and email you directly and say to you, hey, help me out here.
Yeah, and you know what? I also I like to encourage people just to interact with me. If they've got one question they want to ask me, email me. I'm never going to charge people for that advice. You know?
Exactly.
If it's a quick question that I can answer quickly, send a picture of yourself, I'm more than happy to do that.
Yeah. I mean, what I love about what you do is that it really is about helping people reach their highest beings. So before I go, you go, sorry.
I'll take over, don't worry.
So for 8, I'm hanging out with Dominique Wolf at 1 o'clock. Oni will be coming in, holding it down until 3 p.m. when it is time for the touchdown. So what has been your most touching story? Like your one client or person whose wardrobe you worked on, but it almost felt like you were working on how they feel,
I think the story, the person that stands out the most for me was a woman who was quite ill. I think she had MS or something, and her body was deteriorating, and I think she was really depressed. And her daughters bought a consultation with me and a shopping spree.
Oh, wow.
And she had a very difficult body. She had a very difficult body to work with, because her body was a bit uneven from the disease, and she could never find anything that fitted her. And I think that's one thing that I do well and that I'm good at, is I find the right sizes for people. You know, you can tell me you're a size 10, and I can look at you and go, no, sister, you're not a 10.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
I just get the stuff and I bring it to you. And I think it took her really out of her depression, just looking amazing, and just feeling nice. Really, really helped her.
I think it helps a lot of people. Tammy says, hi, Lerato and Dominique. I steal people's styles on Instagram, from the likes of mobs to random guys who are not famous, just to be trendy now. And then look like I have this fashion thing going on. Look, whatever you can. So, Dom, final question. What is the difference in your view between style and fashion?
Well, I mean, it's simple for me. Fashion is what you see on the catwalks. It's what is in the magazines. It's stuff you see in the stores. And style is very unique to you. Style is something you're born with. You have a style code that you're born with, and it is how you show your personality, your own unique personality in how you dress. That is style, and style lives on forever. It may change as you get older. You know, your different stages of life, but your style is unique to you.
Yeah. And sorry, now I keep asking you more questions. This is really, really the last question. Is what would you say to somebody who is 20, 30, and 40, particularly women, about what is age appropriate? You know, we live in a time where everybody's trying to be young, so we're all wearing crop tops. Do you think like there is a sort of an expiration date on how far?
Definitely. I think there's definitely an expiration date from your teenage world into your 20s, and as I said, as your life stages change, you really should adapt your style to that. I mean, there's nothing more tacky than seeing an almost 50-year-old wearing a little crop top and a little skirt that just doesn't look good. I think it's more about using your style to be classic and chic and elegant, rather than just wearing whatever's trendy and fashionable. That's not good style.
Yeah, because then you look like mutton dressed as lamb.
Absolutely.
And
no matter what age you are.
Yeah.
Actually.
And I think that because we look at Hollywood where, people have been pulled and tucked and all these things have happened to them, we think that, that's how you must dress. We all want to show skin, but it's not always the case. At some point, you begin to look very wrong, right?
Absolutely.
So, Dom, one more time, where can people get a hold of you who want to use your services?
Probably the best to email me, dom@thestylecoach.co.za.
Very simple. Guys, it can't be more simple than that. And on the interwebs, as it were?
Yeah, so my Facebook page is The Style Coach, Instagram is The Style Coach SA, and Twitter is The Style Coach SA.
Thank you so much. That is Dominique Wolf hanging out with me. She is the Style Coach. If you need any sort of help with your wardrobe, with your style, this is the woman to call. I co-sign on her because I've worked with her before, and she's phenomenal. The latest cover of Afropolitan magazine with Maps on the cover is her work. I mean, you styled Judy Dlamini,
I know, it was an
who's one of the
job.
continent's most powerful women. So thank you, Dom, for helping us
having me.
be styled up. When we come back, I'm going to say goodbye to you. This is Carl's Robert Glasper hanging out with Joel Scott. It's 12:52.